Hey, I'm Chef Alex Askew, and welcome back to another edition of Mindful Eating for the beloved community. How do you eat healthy? How do you eat affordably? How do you make yourself feel good with things that taste good? And I have another recipe that I'm sure you're going to love. Let's talk a little bit about beans. You want to talk about affordability? Beans is the best vegetable protein source, or one of the best vegetable protein sources that you can get. And the varieties are endless. You have lentils, you have navy beans, you've got black beans, you've got all types of beans. And so I totally encourage you to actually look at beans as the affordable go-to nutritional food source. Because one of the things that's great about beans, especially if you buy them dry, they're cheap. Yes, you need to take a little bit of love and cook them ahead of time or soak them overnight, but that's what they used to do in the old days. And now we have freezers, so you can actually cook the beans and actually put them in the 2-quart containers and put them in the refrigerator. You might want to put a label on that as well. Let me show you how simple this recipe is. We're going to make a Southern Tex-Mex black bean and roasted corn. And you know what? Again, if you want to put a piece of grilled roasted meat or fish, that's fine. And for the people that are, on the vegetable plant-based side, this is a great go-to meal that you can actually serve hot or cold. But let me just show you how simple it is. You got these dried beans here, and what you want to do is you want to soak them. And what I like to do is I like to sort, kind of go through them, and then give them a rinse. I think it's really important. Then what you want to do is you want to soak them overnight. And I already have some beans on the stove that have already been washed. So I just want to show you how simple this is with the beans that you have. You want to be able to cover the beans. I like to use a stock. I'm actually using a chicken bouillon tomato stock. You could use vegetable stock. You can use turkey broth. It's endless. And what you want to do is make sure that it's covered by at least 1 inch, and cover that and put that in the refrigerator overnight. Now what this is going to do is make the beans able to cook faster. That's number one, but it also softens the shells and you're able to actually get a better whole bean. And soaking it overnight, it's really, just having a little space in the refrigerator. So that's as simple as that. In terms of the roasted corn, that even gets even more simpler, because now you can take some corn. Again, you could take it off the cob. I'm actually using frozen corn from the supermarket. And what you want to do is go back to your friend, and you want to spray a pan that has some parchment paper. Why the parchment paper? Let me tell you why. It makes cleaning easy. And that's why you always want to kind of cover with aluminum foil, parchment paper. That saves time in cleaning. And you have your corn. Again, I'll go to the frozen. There's nothing wrong with frozen vegetables. Fresh is best. Fresh sometimes is not the best affordability. And to be honest with you, frozen vegetables that are especially quick frozen doesn't really lose that much nutrition. So now we have our corn on our tray, and again, we want to go back to either olive oil or canola oil, and again, just a little light drizzle. It doesn't need to be a lot. And again, we always want to make sure we season things. Why does food not taste good all the time? Because people don't take the time to season it. And again, that can be a little salt and pepper. They have seasoning mixes that don't have salt for those that have high blood pressure. We're just going to use a basic seasoning salt. I like it also because it has a little has a little paprika in it and gives it some kind of color. And that's ready to go in the oven just like that. So we want to put it in the oven for 325 degrees for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And we'll be right back and I'll show you how to plate this beautiful dish in just 2 seconds. All right, let's assemble our black bean Tex-Mex style with some roasted corn. Are you guys ready for this? We've got some fancy plates here. Honestly, we got them at the dollar store for $1 a piece, just so you know. You can treat yourself well for $1. And now we have our black beans that have been cooking for about 45 minutes. And you can tell that they have a little bit of this gravy. I call it black bean gravy, you call it bean gravy. And what we do, like in any restaurant, is we're just going to have almost like it as a bottom layer. And wow, look at that contrast. That was a good plate pick there. And again, and you see that gravy dripping in? That's really where all like the flavor and the juices are. You don't need a sauce, you know, and it's as simple as that. And now what we're gonna do is grab our corn. And again, this has been roasting for 15 minutes, and look at that. That is sweet pleasure right there. You see how it probably tastes close to popcorn as you want to get. And again, this adds flavor. This takes ordinary corn and makes it extraordinary corn. And so we're gonna take this, remember it's hot, and we're just gonna place that in the middle here. And again, you've got some crunchiness, you've got a little bit of sweetness from the caramelized corn. And again, you know, look at what your base of this plate is. It's beans. You're getting your fiber, you're getting your protein, and that's what's really important. All right. And now what you want to do to really bring up that Tex-Mex flavor is you want to add some scallions, some chopped scallions. That actually adds, you need onions and everything. Scallions, red onions, regular onions. You don't want to forget your onions, all right? Because that's a really affordable way to bring flavor. And then to kind of kick it up, we're gonna add some cilantro. Now, for those that don't know about cilantro, well, let me tell you something. It's in all Spanish cooking, you need the cilantro. And what it does is it gives that flavor of, you know, that Latin flair. So here you have it. This is our Tex-Mex black beans and roasted corn with cilantro and sliced scallions. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this. And again, if you wanna put a piece of grilled or roasted fish or chicken, be my guest, or just eat it like it is. That's good. You got some crunchiness. That's good. Make sure you make this dish. Stay tuned for our next episode of Mindful Eating for the Beloved Community. I gotta get back to this. This was great.